Dead Sleep Pass, the road where no one wakes up, Chapter 1, the route no one takes. Jack Reynolds had seen blizzards in Minnesota, wildfires in Oregon, and drunk hitchhikers in Arizona, but nothing made him nervous like the words, Dead Sleep Pass. It wasn't just a name. It was a warning. Dispatch had offered him double pay to deliver a load of sealed medical containers through Colorado's most remote highland route. Everyone else refused. Lucas Miller, his fresh-faced co-driver, was thrilled. "Man, this is legendary. You heard about the sleepers?" "Urban legends, bro." Jack didn't reply. He checked his watch. 8:05 p.m. If they drove straight through the night, they could make it to Red Hollow by sunrise. But something told him they wouldn't. Before they departed, an old gas station owner warned them, "Don't stop between mile 13 and 17. And for God's sake, don't sleep." Lucas laughed. Jack didn't. Chapter 2, Entry into the Fog. As they passed mile marker 12, the atmosphere changed. A ghostly mist clung to the mountains like cobwebs. Lucas snored in the sleeper cab. Jack kept driving. Radio static crackled. A voice whispered through the fuzz, "Eyes open, driver. They're watching." Jack's fingers clenched the steering wheel. He shook his head, trying to stay alert. That's when a shadow darted across the road. He braked hard. The truck screeched. There was nothing in front of him. But in the rearview mirror, someone was standing directly behind the truck, pale. Motionless, he jumped out, flashlight ready. But the highway was empty. Lucas stirred, confused. "What happened? Thought I saw something." Jack didn't mention the figure. Chapter 3, The Beds Inside. By mile 14, a deep chill settled. Jack's teeth chattered even with the heater on. Lucas, pale and sweating, mumbled from the back, "Jack. They're calling my name." Jack turned around. Lucas sat upright, eyes open wide but vacant. "They want to rest. They want our dreams." Suddenly, the trailer doors banged from inside. Jack stopped the truck and went back. What he saw made his blood turn to ice. The medical supplies were gone. In their place, rows of old-fashioned iron frame beds, each neatly made with white sheets. In the middle bed, Lucas lay asleep, though Jack had just seen him awake in the cab. What the hell? Lucas opened his eyes slowly and said, "It's their turn now. We took their road. They take our sleep." And then, he vanished. Chapter 4, Sheriff Briggs and the Map of Death. In a panic, Jack drove to the nearest station. Sheriff Howard Briggs, an old man with hollow eyes, greeted him. Jack told him everything. The sheriff looked at him quietly and said, "Son, this isn't the first time. We've lost 23 truckers in 5 years on that pass. Some were found asleep. Others never found." He opened a drawer, revealing a map. From mile 13 to mile 17, the road was marked with red XS. They built that road over an abandoned sanatorium. Patients with night terrors were buried alive there during a landslide in 1947. Since then, no one who sleeps between those markers ever wakes up the same. Jack demanded help. Sheriff shook his head. "If you escaped once, don't go back." But Jack couldn't leave Lucas behind. Chapter 5, Descent into the Sleeper's Realm. Ignoring the warning, Jack returned that night. He drove alone, calling Lucas' name through the mist. The truck began to drive itself, as if guided, and then, suddenly, he woke up in a bed, not a truck. A room. Rusted iron frames. Dozens of sleeping people around him. A faint lullaby echoed. He tried to scream. Couldn't. A figure hovered above him, face like melting wax, eyeless. It whispered, "Your turn to rest." And he felt his own thoughts slipping, as if his memories were being harvested in the form of dreams. Chapter 6, Dr. Morse and the Sleeper Files. Meanwhile, Dr. Eleanor Morse, a sleep neurologist, had been researching the pass. She visited the sheriff after hearing of Jack and Lucas. She was taken to the hospital basement, where 17 patients lay in identical hospital beds, breathing but unresponsive. she attached EEG machines. The brain activity of each patient was off the charts, as if they were all dreaming the same dream. One phrase repeated on all monitors: "We never wake up. We never die. We only sleep." Then, one screen displayed Jack's face, screaming silently. Chapter 7, The Final Sleep. Back inside the dream realm, Jack wandered through a nightmarish landscape, mountains twisted into beds, fog turning into hands, and whispers promising rest. He saw Lucas, lying in a field of pillows. "Don't fight it, Jack. It's peaceful here. We dream forever." But Jack refused. He stabbed himself in the leg with a piece of iron. Pain brought clarity. He ran. A giant bed rose from the ground. The sleepers began climbing out. Hundreds. Crawling. Searching. Jack screamed, and suddenly, he woke up in a hospital room. Epilogue: Jack is the only one to have ever returned. He can't sleep more than 10 minutes at a time. If he does, he hears them calling. Lucas was never found again. Jack doesn't drive trucks anymore. He just drinks coffee, counts hours, and whispers to himself, "Don't sleep past mile 13.